Hey, what's up traders, welcome back to Forex Gym. My name is George and this is weekly Forex analysis from 23rd to 27th of March 2020. In this video I'm going to be analyzing 5 currency pairs, but before I do that, if you're new to the channel, consider subscribing. I'm making daily and weekly Forex analysis as well as videos about the knowledge you need to be a better trader. Also, make sure to like this video, and now we're gonna dive into the screen. Starting with a US dollar against Japanese yen. From the monthly chart, we can see that the price is tested this trend line and is trying to break it. If we go to the weekly time frames, we can see the price came out here, it tested it again. We had the few tests already in a few months. We had one in here, and recently was the few weeks back in here, and now we see that the price came up and tested it again. It looks strong enough to break this trend line, and it's also been tested multiple times, so I think it looks strong enough to break it. And for the next high, that will be my target after I get into the trade, it will be around 11400. Let's go to the daily time frame. The trend line is around where this daily high is at the moment, and the price tested it and had this aggressive reaction towards downside. And I think if you follow my daily Forex analysis, I did mention if we go to this an hourly chart, I did mention yesterday, I believe that was, that I was waiting for the price to come down to these lows, which it did, and it went a bit further down. Also, it wanted to take out these lows down here, quite possibly because the orders, there's quite a lot of orders down here, so it came down and took out the orders and it went higher. I do want to see a bit more strength coming in for this currency. Ideally break of these highs, and then I will be looking to get on to the long side. We continue with the US dollar against Canadian dollar, starting with a monthly chart. So the price came up very close to this spike high here. It has not taken out this spike high, and then we see now it's retracing. If we go to the weekly time frame, this is the same high as on a monthly chart here, and it just missing, it's actually missing quite a bit, but on the line it looks like a lot, but because this is a higher time frame, it looks very close, but it's actually around hundreds, about 100 to just over 200 pips away. So let's drill down to the daily time frame, because actually let's go to the weekly, because this kind of closed like this, and it left this week here, which I do not like, so it does not really shows that much strength, but it still looks good enough because of this body. It looks good enough, but I don't like when the price leaves this kind of week here. So I don't want to see from this to show a bit more follow through and shows a bit more strength before getting onto the long side for the long term swing trade. If we go to the daily time frames, also we see that the price left this kind of doji, or in the spinning top in a way, and we had this retracement down here kind of halfway as well, so it does not really it's not really a nice candles, this one on Friday and on Thursday. So I do want to see if shows a bit more strength, but again, this currency can retrace more down before it continues to go higher. So that's why I want to see if it retraces down, then I would be looking if there will be a signs that, okay, this price is just retracing and it doesn't want to collapse down and continue towards downside, then I will be looking to get onto the long side. That said, these currencies still looking strong towards upside. There's gonna take a lot for me to switch towards short side as of the long-term swing trades are concerned. So if the, let's say, price comes down, maybe down here even, and breaks down to these lows, then I will be switching to the short side. Let's have a look at the higher time frames. Depends also how the weekly candles close as well. So if the price for the next week, if the price comes down and closes like this candle on a bullish side, then yeah, definitely we'll be looking to the short side. But for now, it's looking strong, and I do think that the price wants to come up and take out this high here and even continue higher. If you go to monthly time frames, there is a plenty of room for the targets. You can be this one also can be a good target, about 149.50, but it's still be early to say it. So for now, we observe what the price wants to do for the next week, and then from there we get into the long side. We continue with the New Zealand dollar against US dollar. Starting with a monthly chart, we can see that the price is continuing to fall. The New Zealand does look weak, and I did mention in my last week's video that price will want to come down to this low where this horizontal line is, which is around the 52.70 zone, and we can see that for now the prices continue to move towards that direction. If we go to a shorter time frame, drill down to the daily time frames, we see that these two candles, I don't really like when the price makes these candles. Yesterday this one left as this inverted hammer, and day before on Thursday it left this spinning top, which I don't like seeing this type of candles. The price came down and found the support here, and then it went up, did these moves, and it closed like this. So I do want to see a bit more downside, a bit more strength towards downsides, even though the trend is looking strong towards short side. I do want to see a bit more strength coming into the bearish side. Next currency is Aussie against US dollar. We see that the US dollar is dominating pretty much most of the currencies. So the price now they came down, it took out this low down here and then found a support around these lows and highs. There's quite a few price action going on, and now the price is retracing. If we go to the shorter time frames, like a daily chart, we see that when the price came down, it looks similar to the previous currency we have discussed, more or less. It left these same candles, which I do not like, because generally when the price does that, there's a lot of price movement up and down, then it likes to, it's a bit more unpredictable. So for now, I would be looking again. I would wait for more strength toward downside, because the trend is looking strongly to the bearish side, but I do want to see a bit more confirmation again. So the price can have a long retracements. Price can retrace. It might even go up to these highs here. Let's have a look at the other time frame. Look at monthly. For now, the way it looks like, that this area looks like a good retracement area. So it's 59.60 zone. The reason why is because we have this monthly high here, and it's also very close to this monthly lows here. So price can find the resistance there and then continue to fall down. So that's why I'll be looking. If the price wants to come up that far, then I will be looking to go to the short side when price comes up to that level. Keep that in mind, that if the price comes up very strong, because also the way the candles look like, it plays a big role as well. So if the price comes up and shows these strong bullish candles, then I will be looking to, like, okay, maybe take a step back and see what the price wants to do. Also, your setup. I have a specific setup for the entry, and if it does not play out, then I'm not gonna take the trade. Simple as that. You have to always follow your strategy, your setups. That way you eliminate the bad habits. And of course, you might miss out on the trades, but it's better to miss out on the trades rather than take the trades which you, after you beat yourself up, that I should have not taken. Lastly, it's euro against British pound, starting with a monthly chart. So the pound does not look good, it looks pretty weak, and we can see that this price came out, it took out multiple spike lows, and this one, and this was the last one which took out, and we can see that the price has retraced, and actually retraced quite a lot if we go to the weekly chart, and it left this this type of candle with the long wick, which signals weakness. But we want to see a bit more to figure out where it wants to go, because the price now is still looking towards bullish side. But these two candles for the Thursday and Friday gives a bit more caution that okay, maybe price wants to reverse, but it's not confirmed until it goes and shows a bit more strength towards downside, at least very minimal, to break these lows down here. Then I will be switching to the short side for the long-term trade, long-term swing trades. So I want to see these, at least for this one, break these lows if the price wants to do that. Other than that, still looking bullish, and we're gonna see how it's gonna how it's gonna open on after the weekend, and then how it's gonna proceed, whether it's gonna continue to go edge higher or it's gonna start collapsing down. So for the long side, if the currency continues to show the bullish strength and edge higher, then I will be definitely switching for the long side. Ideally it breaks these highs here, then I will be more inclined to get onto the long side, because also there are other currencies and you don't want to take too many trades, because you don't want to have too many open positions. First, because you need to still manage the positions. You don't want to have like 20 trades open, because you can't really manage all that 20 trades while they're running. And the other reason that if something happens, let's say there's going to be a flash crash or something, if you have too many positions open, then there's a good chance that maybe half of them gonna it's gonna hit the margin call, or you're gonna suffer a lot of slippage even if you're using a stop loss. So there's a big risk of that. So that's why I do not want to have a lot of positions open. Thank you guys for watching. This was weekly forex analysis from 23rd to 27th of March 2020. If you found this video helpful, please give it a like, share it with your friends, and make sure to subscribe. I'm making daily and weekly forex analysis, as well as videos about the knowledge you need to be a better trader. Have a great weekend, and I will see you guys in the next video.